A young reporter is sent to San Francisco to give a public lecture, even though he has almost no experience speaking before an audience. He is only a few years older than the boss he is expected to address, but the newspaper needs someone to take the assignment. As the theater fills, his excitement disappears and a powerful fear begins to take over. His first appearance will become a story he never forgets. The newspaper sends the young reporter to San Francisco because it needs a lecturer. He knows that nothing short of complete preparation will help him, yet the assignment arrives before he feels ready. To make sure he cannot change his mind, he binds himself by a hard and fast contract. The decision turns a simple professional duty into a frightening promise. He must stand before a real audience and speak, whether his courage appears or not. The reporter reaches the theater 45 minutes before the lecture begins. Behind the scenes, the building is dark and lonely, and the empty auditorium looks much larger than he expected. He peers through the little peepholes in the curtain, hoping the room will somehow become less frightening. Instead, the seats slowly fill as people arrive, and every new figure makes the coming lecture feel more real. The silence backstage gives his imagination plenty of room to grow. As the hour approaches, the reporter's fear becomes physical. His knees shake so badly that he is not sure he can stand, and his hands feel cold despite the warmth of the theater. He compares stage fright to seasickness because both can make a person feel helpless and terribly unwell. He wonders whether he will be able to speak at all. The manuscript is ready, the audience is waiting, and the curtain seems to separate him from an impossible task. The reporter has brought several strong friends and placed them among the audience. Each man carries a large club, not because he expects a real fight, but because they have promised to make the crowd laugh if his jokes fail. Whenever the reporter says something that should be funny, they are ready to pound on the floor and encourage the listeners. Their ridiculous plan gives him a little comfort, even though it also reminds him how badly he expects the lecture to go. Among the audience is the wife of the governor, a friend who watches the reporter carefully. Whenever he looks toward her, she seems ready to give a great gubernatorial laugh, the kind of response that could encourage the entire audience to follow. Her attention becomes a small promise of safety in the enormous theater. The reporter is still frightened, but he knows that at least one person is prepared to support him if his first attempt begins to fail. At last, the reporter begins. He has hidden his manuscript beneath the United States flag in case he needs it, but he manages to start without looking at the pages. He walks up and down the stage, using movement to control his fear, and talks continuously. In the middle of the lecture, he delivers a moving passage meant to reach the hearts and souls of the listeners. To his surprise, the audience sits silent and attentive, and he begins to hope that the silence means success. Then the reporter glances up toward the governor's box and sees the governor's wife. Something changes inside him. His stage fright disappears, and it never returns during the rest of the lecture. He continues with confidence and remembers how her kindness helped him survive his first appearance. Looking back, he is grateful not only for her attention, but also for the audience's appreciation of the effort. He closes by thanking her and praising her singing, which he jokingly calls hereditary. The frightening beginning becomes a story of courage and support.